So starting off, as you can see, the knife has a flat DLC coating, and it is everywhere on the knife, down to even the screws. Everything is DLC coated matte black. So there's two reasons why this is great. For one, it's going to increase the durability of the knife and allow it to stand up to these harsh conditions these guys are operating in. You know, if you think about it, combat is probably some of the most harsh conditions on equipment in the world. So anything that is designed to stand up to that, you know, it's going to definitely work for everyday carry. Now, we'll say about these, some states they may only be available for law enforcement because of the OTS action. So you might want to check the laws wherever you live. I know these are available on Blade HQ right now. I don't have a sponsorship. I'm not affiliated with Blade HQ or Pro-Tech. So if you guys are listening, hey, hit me up. But yeah, let's get into all the features about this that make it so purposefully designed for what it's meant to do. Like I said, that DLC coating, it's gonna cover all the surfaces of the knife, the scales, the blade, and it's gonna add to your durability, corrosion resistance. But it also, if you could see in the light, it doesn't put off reflections. So that's something that these guys definitely have to worry about if you're operating at night. You don't want equipment that's going to shine and give away your position, right? So that matte DLC coating is one of the first ways that it starts protecting the operator, keeping them from putting off a visual signal. Now, what you have here is you've got 6061 aluminum scales, DLC coated, like I said before, and they've got this great fish scale pattern to them, which makes it really grippy in the hand. Now you will notice here on the back side, this is one of the things that I noticed about it that just shows the attention to detail that went into this knife. You can see where it's smoothed underneath where the pocket clip lays. So that's not going to catch on anything, snag your clothes. And you know, if you're going to carry it every day for EDC, it won't tear up your pockets like a lot of knives will. So that's another just really cool attention to detail on these that just blows me away. The more that I look at this knife, the more things I see on it. You know, for the grip also, you've got these grooves. They're cut into the frame there. And it really acts like almost like a jimping. So it's here on the back. So when you hold it here, you've got almost jimping there. There's none on the blade, but Microtech uses this, I believe, where the jimping, it's a sort of a jimping built into the frame of the knife. So again, that's another attention to detail that just makes it incredible. The more you look at the knife, just the more things start to stand out to you. And let's get into the blade. So the blade, you're looking at a 3.5 inch. Oh gosh, I just love the sound of that. One more time for the cheap seats. Whew. I love the sound of that. So anyway, you're looking at a wicked 3.5 inch DLC coated spear point blade in 155 cm. These are, HRC is rated at 59 on these. And even the steel of the knife, if you know about 154 cm, it is ideal for this type of, you know, for this type of carry, because it's going to be extremely corrosion resistant. It was designed, I believe, as an upgrade over 440C with more corrosion resistance because it has higher molybdenum. Now, this is just what I researched, so don't think I'm like some kind of steel genius or anything. Not that anybody was probably worried about that, huh? So the 154 cm, it carries an edge for a long time, but it's easier to sharpen than a lot of harder tool steels. So what that means is that in the field, you can use it. It's going to be durable. It's going to stand up to, you know, those rigors. But at the same time, when you do need to sharpen it, it's not going to be hard to get it up to a nice razor's edge. and they will hold a very sharp edge as well. And you can see the swedge back here on the back, where it's designed to slice through material easier. Of course, you know, you have a knife that you need to cut through stuff easily. That's good to have. But just overall, I love the look of the knife. Like I said, the attention to details are everywhere. You know, you got the cutout here for your finger. It's got the grip kind of jimping back here on the back, and back here, just all the places where when you hold it in your hand, it feels just right. And I will say, for something that was designed for guys to carry in the field and use, this has got one of the most comfortable grips to it as far as the pocket clip goes. I'm gripping it really hard right now, and it's not really biting into my hand. So, yeah, you can see there. So that's just crazy that it's so comfortable to hold for something that's just so purpose-driven designed, you know. Looking at, so we've got, like I said, you got a 3.5 inch blade. It has 4.5 inch scales, so you get an overall length of 8 inches. And it is about just a little under a half an inch wide there. You can see on the grid. It's a little under a half inch wide, which doesn't feel too wide in your hand. Now, I do have a slightly larger hand, so for me, you know, a little bit bigger knife feels good to me, but this doesn't feel big in the same way that a lot of these sort of military type of knives are, you know, in the hand. They're just not, they feel a little bulkier. Now, it is a little wider, I'm sure, to accommodate for, you know, guys when you're wearing gloves and things like that. You need something just a little bit, probably bigger. I can't get over that. Just the sound of it when it comes out it just sounds so good. The action is so snappy. Now, this one doesn't have any safety mechanism on it at all, but you can see there where the button is. It's really recessed into that, so you're not gonna accidentally press it. You know, I'm pressing. Oh, well, okay. I pressed right on the button that time, but like just pressing around it is not going to activate it. But when you hit that, man, it just flies right out there. It's such a satisfying click, and you feel it kick in your hand too. It's got a good kick to it. That's actually what sold me about this knife when I found it. I actually bought this one used, so it's not new. This is not a new knife. You can probably tell. It's got a little bit of wear on the frame here and there. And you can see, you know, you can tell that's not a brand new edge on it. See a little bit here. So I did buy this used, which is, you know, about the only way that I would have been able to afford it, because these are, they run about $280, I believe, on Blade HQ right now. They do have a military version of this one that you can get. Now, it's one of the main differences that I saw in it. It doesn't have the all blacked out look, and it also has a safety switch on it, which I believe allows you to lock it so that it won't accidentally open. I'm not sure that it locks it in the open position. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. I don't have the military version of it. Something else you'll notice on this is it does have the tritium insert there. You know, these guys operating in these, a lot of times, low light conditions, that will make it a lot easier to locate that. You know, not that you're probably going to need to look and find it, but it does make it a little bit easier to find. So, yeah, overall, I can't say enough good things about this knife. I didn't realize this was going to be a grail knife for me until I picked it up. I actually picked it up at a knife show that I went to. And I was looking at a Pro-Tech Malibu at first, and the action on the Malibu was so good. And I was just like, I kept flicking, you know, I wanted to sit there and flick it over and over, but of course I didn't want to, you know, put all that wear and tear on the dude's knife. But this one's mine, so I can do it all I want. But when I came back the next day, because I couldn't stop thinking about that Malibu. And when I went in, I looked at it, and then I saw this one in the case, and I was like, well, let me check that one out. And I got it out, was looking at it, and just yeah, I don't know what it was about it. It really stuck out to me, and I had to take it home with me. So did a little wheeling and dealing and got it. Yeah, guys, this knife is absolutely incredible, and just the attention to detail, what it's made for, everything about it. I just love it. This is definitely going to go in my pocket immediately. Like I said, be sure and check your state laws because any automatic knives, a lot of those are illegal in some states, and they may be only approved for military or law enforcement use. So, like I said, definitely want to check your laws before you go and buy anything that's going to get you in trouble. I definitely don't want to get you in trouble. So, one of the things that I thought of, I was like, why would special operators want an out the side instead of an OTF? Now, I can see where a single action OTF might work, but even with those, you do have to worry about when you open the blade. If it encounters an obstruction, it's liable to stop it, especially, with the dual action OTFs. If you hit something with that blade, it just knocks it right back into the frame, and then you have to reset it. With an out the side, and I could probably show you this, when it kicks, even if it encounters an obstruction, let's say it hits something that, I'm going to put this to see if I can stop it from moving. So see, it stopped it, right? But as soon as you retract the blade or you move the obstruction, you pull it back, that knife clicks and it's locked. So that to me is why they might prefer an out the side over an OTF, because under the conditions that you're going to have to use something like this, if that OTF misfires, that may be the only chance you get to deploy it. Whereas if this one misfires, you stop it. Well, then as soon as you can clear that obstruction or retract it slightly, it's going to pop into place and it's locked. Yeah. So guys, let me know what you think about the Pro-Tech TR3 Operator in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and hype it so your friends can watch it as well. Subscribe for future content, because the next knife that I have coming out, the next knife video I have coming out, it's another actual operator type of knife, but in a fixed blade. And I'm super excited to go through that one with you guys as well. So make sure and stick around for that. Like I always say, always be carrying, and don't forget, the best gear is the gear you have on you. Average Gear Reviewer, I'm out of here.